I like singing, but I don't think it's good.
Believe yourself. Brave.
In the Switzerland.
Hey guys, this is Jeff with Fluent American, and we're doing some more analysis of celebrities speaking in English to try to find out what are some of the things they're doing well, what are some of the things that they're doing that makes their English sound less natural, especially in American English. Let's start off by talking a little bit about vowel sounds. You want to make sure that in English, long vowels stay long vowels. You hold them as long as you need to. You don't cut them off. There's a big tendency among Chinese speakers especially to cut vowels a little bit too short in words. Let's see a couple of quick examples.
I like singing, but I don't think it's good.
Notice how she says good.
It's good.
You want to really hold that sound longer though. Good, good, good. So it's not good, it's more good. Again, in English, vowel sounds are a little bit more important than consonant sounds. So you want to make sure that you're holding vowel sounds long enough. Don't rush them. Here are a couple other examples.
Unique. Believe yourself. Brave.
Notice that. Brave, brave. You need to hold that A sound just a little bit longer. Brave. Also, just a quick thing about that A sound. You want to make sure that the back of your tongue is down to let lots of air through your mouth, and that the front of your tongue is up, and also that your mouth is wide enough. A. Brave.
Yeah, in this film, I play the emperor, my character.
Same thing with the word here. Character. Character. That first syllable is distress, so you want to make sure that that A sound again comes in clearly. Care. Character. Character.
It's a long break for 7 years.
Similarly with Jack Ma, long break, break. Hold that A sound just a little bit longer on break. Long break. Compare that to how he sounds again.
Break.
Break. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, take a look at schwa sounds to make sure that they're not turning into ah sounds. For example, listen to this.
Switzerland, so many young people demonstrate.
So here you want to make sure that you're saying the word young. So it's not yang, it's more young. Similarly, take a look at this.
Here, there's a machine gun.
So again, it's not gun, it's more gun. For that schwa sound, just a couple of things to remind yourself of. It's very relaxed. So again, your mouth doesn't have to be super wide. Your lips are relatively close together. You're raising the middle of your tongue, and everything's relatively relaxed. Again, just this is the sound that you make with a neutral expression, a neutral face. Young gun. Perhaps one of the biggest differences between Chinese and English is the N sound. Especially we're talking about at the ends of words. So in English, there's only one N sound. So when an N is at the start of a word or at the end of a word, they sound the same. So for instance, nine, that N at the start, n, is the same as the N at the end. Nine. What tends to happen for Chinese speakers is that the N at the start of words is great in English. It sounds fine. But if there's an N at the end of a word, what tends to happen, again, for Chinese speakers, is they're raising the back of the tongue instead of the front of the tongue. So you get a word that sounds like nine, instead of nine.
I was coming for year 2001.
One.
2001. Here, there's a machine gun.
Gun. Again, those would be how you would pronounce it, and a little bit more of an American pronunciation. Again, front of the tongue making contact. One. Gun. We can also see this here as well.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, but...
Fine. So again, it's not fine. It's fine. Lower the back of your tongue. Raise the front of your tongue. Fine. One of the sounds that, of course, Chinese speakers are famous for in English is L and R sounds. We want to pay attention to how they're pronouncing them here and see if you can notice any differences.
So many like celebrities and artists, I don't know.
Celebrities. A tricky word because you have that L that's immediately followed by that R sound. Celebrities.
I play the emperor, my character.
Character. We mentioned this word earlier too. So again, make sure that first vowel is long enough and then make sure that the R is clear. Character. And also that final R, you want to make sure it's strong. Character. Again, this is a big difference between British English and American English. Final R's, you want to make sure they're strong in American English. The last two things I want to talk about have to do a little bit with stress. The first one is overstressing vowel sounds. Listen to how Jack Ma says this word.
Came in the Switzerland. So
Switzerland. Switzerland. So English has tons of reductions. You know, if you have a word and the stress falls on a different syllable, many times the vowel in the unstressed part will get reduced. Switzerland is a great case of this. Switzerland. Switzerland, the stress is on the first syllable. That last syllable then is going to get reduced. So instead of saying land, which would make it more of a stressed sound, we're going to reduce it. So it's going to sound more like lind, lind, Switzerland, Switzerland. Let's take a look at another example of an overstressed vowel.
The director put a true.
Did you catch it? Put, put. So the sound, it's not ooh,
Put a
ooh, because that would make it a little bit too stressed. It's more put, like in words like foot or good or book. You don't want to confuse this with the ooh sound because that's a different vowel. Looking for daily pronunciation and feedback on how you pronounce words? You may be interested in joining our Telegram group. Find out more information by looking at our Patreon page. Perhaps one of the biggest differences between Chinese and English has to do more with stress. In general, a lot of Mandarin speakers struggle a little bit overstressing different words in English or words that normally don't get stressed. This can also, of course, affect your intonation as well, so sometimes the intonation patterns are a little bit irregular too. Let's take a look at a couple of quick examples.
last trip here was year 2008.
2008. 2008.
2008.
Notice that 8 is the stress. 2008. 8. You want to raise the pitch a little bit more on 8 and have a slightly stronger falling intonation. It was in 2008. 2008. Compare that to how he says it.
2008.
It should sound a little bit more like 2008.
Here, there's a machine gun. There's a
Machine gun. Issues with stress also can carry over to compound nouns, which function kind of similar to how a lot of words in Chinese function. Basically, you have two separate words that join together to make a new word. To give you a quick example.
Here, there's a machine gun. There's a
Machine gun. Machine gun. A machine gun is a specific type of weapon. So in this case, this is going to be a compound noun. So we're going to stress machine, not gun. Machine gun. Machine gun. Of course, we also talked about this earlier about the schwa sound too. So you want to make sure gun has that schwa sound. It's not gan, it's more gun.
Here, there's a machine gun. There's a
Let's also see how this works in the whole phrase.
in the Switzerland, so many young people demonstrate.
Demonstrate. We have a little bit of a verb tense issue here too, but let's work with the words he has. Demonstrate. This is the word that's stressed. In English, when a word is stressed, you want to raise the pitch more. This needs to stand out. So the words around it typically will have a lower pitch, and then the word that's stressed is going to have a higher pitch. So demonstrate. Demonstrate.
Switzerland, so many young people demonstrate.
So many young people demonstrate. So many young people demonstrate. So again, demonstrate should have a little bit of a higher pitch than people. Another example.
meaning is very important to 21st century.
21st century.
21st century.
The 21st century. Century. Stressing century. 21st century. Compare that to how he says it.
21st century. This time I just sit there to,
I just sit there.
sit there.
Sit. Sit is the word that normally would get stressed in this situation. I just sit there. So instead of stressing there, should be a little bit more on sit. I just sit there. Notice again, we're raising the pitch on sit. One final example.
So many like celebrities and artists, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No normally would be the word that receives the heavy stress here. So would raise the pitch a little bit on no. You can still use the falling intonation.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. So again, paying attention to things like stress, intonation, N sounds, R sounds, vowel sounds. All of these things are going to be crucial if the goal is to sound like a native speaker.